We were always definitely by far the bad guys.
What, we got 10 gold records? I mean, really, the most successful thrash metal band of all time. Do we have a behind the music? Do we have anything? Is there anything? No, nothing. It really pisses me off.
In the early days, Hanneman went into a big punk craze.
I was really into punk about this time when we were getting together, and I kind of forced it upon Dave, and Dave loved it, and eventually I forced it on the other guys, because every time we were hanging out, I was just blasting punk all the time.
You know, I don't really care what music is playing, so they would always have a preference of music, and punk was something that was played a lot. Kerry would bring in the metal stuff, the stuff that like Venom.
By the time I was like into Priest and Maiden, he was already done with metal, and he moved on to all the Southern California punk acts like DRI, and Minor Threat, Verbal Abuse. Shaved his head, and we all thought he was nuts.
Loved the idea of that speed and energy, but I didn't think, you know, that I wanted to go with just chord patterns all the time, because that's basically what punk is. So make it fast, but with good, heavy riffs, too.
You know, Kerry would bring that stuff, and then Jeff would bring in the punk. And Dave was you know, he was into like a hard rock type band.
Well, my side of the story is I was working for a delivery pizza company, right? And I drove by during work.
In a few weeks, I met Hanneman, and then one day, Dave drove by my parents' house. He lived down the street a few blocks.
You know, Kerry was out in his front yard. I don't know what he was doing.
And pulled out in front and was like, "Hey, you the kid with all the guitars?" I said, "I guess." I have guitars.
As the weeks progressed, he brought Jeff over to the house, and we practiced in my garage a couple of times. And then after that, we moved on over and met Tom.
I wanted to try out for a band. I wanted to be a singer in a band, so I went to like 2 auditions, and then I got a call from Kerry, which was kind of like, you know, it was just kind of like coincidental in a sense, you know what I mean? Where I was already wanting to, you know, look to try out for a band. He happened to call me around that time.
I played with Tom in a band. It was my guitar teacher's band. So when I was 16, you know, I could tell he was kind of grooming me to be in his band because he was teaching me all the songs that they played. Obviously, it wasn't my style, but at 16, I'm like, wow, my guitar teacher thinks I'm cool, you know? So we probably had a handful of gigs. I don't even remember. I remember I got pictures the first time I'm on stage. I was a fucking retard.
It sounded to me like he was a serious musician. So when I saw him outside, I approached him, and, you know, the rest is history.
Basically, in the beginning, it was just, we were just in a band, because we were doing covers for, I don't know, at least a year, I think, just playing covers at local places where we could play. And then somewhere, I don't even know when it started, but somewhere along the line, we started writing our own stuff.
Me and Jeff have made up the songs since day one, musically. And back then, I think we both used like a ghetto blaster with a Radio Shack mic or something hooked up to put in front of an amp just so we can remember riffs if we made them up.
Aggressive Perfector was, I think, our very first song. And then we had like songs like Die by the Sword, stuff like that. And we were just, you know, this stuff's pretty good.
Oh, let's get in a band. What are we going to get? Well, we want to get paid, we want to drink, we want to get laid. That's about it.
What set us apart from other bands was a lot of the aggression.
In the beginning, especially, I wrote songs that were real, you know, horror movie oriented, you know. Sometimes I'd even see a movie and say, oh, fuck, I can get inspired to go do something like that.
Basically, it's what we're into. We don't really like ballads and soft music or soft lyrics.
They had a particular darkness. It had a strange sound. You knew that it was Slayer. You couldn't mistake it with any other band.